All right, guys, we're back up and rolling. Internet is working again, and we are streaming. So, where were we? We're talking about pigs. Okay. Have you heard of Buckle Up, Weston? All right. We got a few of them out here. Guys, this will be lot number, where am I looking? 21, thank you. 21, 22, and 23. 21 is the blue gilt, and our litter mate is kind of the red roan gilt out there as we push them out toward the middle girls, 19.6 and 19.5. Buckle Up, quite frankly, again, going back to that Kingpin verbatim Roxy sow. Guys, I took a couple males. We did out to Indiana last weekend to Chosen Ones and the Connection, and they were very well received. We sold one for almost $15,000, another one for almost $5,000, and the litter mates to these gilts out here. I will tell you right now, this genetic line that we have tapped into here, stand up, Emery, don't fall down, is really good. I think we've talked about Buckle Up quite a bit with all three of us breeders tonight. That blue gilt has the extra stoutness, the boldness, the hair and density that we're looking for, but her running gear is absolutely fantastic. You might need to get a whip out there on her to drive her out there, but that one has the look and balance and quality. Her red roan litter mate, the lot number 22, that one is extra stout and extra dense and extra burly. And then there's another one out there, a lot 23. That's a 32-10. That's a Trick Pony Crickets litter mate to the solid white barrel we just talked about. Again, this gilt is solid white as well. She'll classify York. If you like them with extra stoutness and power and bone and muscle, this solid white gilt right here, I think you need to get on this one.
When I look at this trio, I think that blue gilt is exactly how Cooley talked about. That one's probably the safest and the most athletic in her build. Love that about her. But man, that red belt, to be that tall bladed and short backed, I just love that one's proportions. Have a neat look, be that short back, but still, one that just is captivating from the side, is really intriguing to me. Finally, the white one. Sometimes the hard part in those whites is they can just look like a York, frankly, in terms of being a little common and plainer. This one will never look that way. That thing's got real shape. The best part about starting with shape like that is you'll get it when you need to. Drop that one down on protein, chill her out, and know that when you're ready, you can get a massive back in her.
So again, lot numbers 21, 22, and 23. Couple buckle ups and a Trick Pony. Nice gilts there for that jackpot to July, early August county fair run. The next three that will be coming in, we brought just a little smaller variety here. We wanted to bring some out that out of our young next set there, that middle to later December group. And we've got lot 30, 31, and 32. I will draw your attention to the little black boar pig. He does have maybe just a shot of white right on his foot, but cadence is on that one out there. That is lot 30. That's a pass the hat, make it happen. Actually bought that gilt from Sloan this year, this last winter, for $19,000 as a bred gilt purchase. He is intact, has his seeds in him. That is one stout creature. We wanted to bring him out here and show him off. I think you could buy that one and show that one for a long time relative to where his ideal endpoint is. But I think that's a very unique animal right there in lot number 30. Lot number 31 and 32, those are litter mates. Those are, lot 31 is 40-3. That's the one that Cadence has up front right there. And then 40-5, lot 32 is the other belted one back here that Blaze is on. Those are Trick Daddies on the Never Before Sow 42.5. If you guys remember a pair of belted hogs that Cadence showed a couple years ago at State Fair, they would have been heroes out of that Never Before Sow. She has been a generating machine for us, that Never Before Sow, and she did it again here. She's raised more champions than we care to remember, but I tell you what, those little Trick Daddies right there, I think they have a bright future. Weston?
We jump here into some smaller pigs, and I say that for the video to understand that that black pig is that stout, and he is not all that big. If you get the chance, look at the width between that thing's eyes. I mean, every indicator that I know in terms of just predicting feature, that guy's off the charts. That guy is stout. You understand why he's still intact. The next two, though, man, I am instantly drawn to the pair of them for having just crazy back shape. That kind of crispness up high, but it's coupled with dimension. And anytime you can do both, that makes the feeding process easier and makes for exciting times when the judge steps in behind you and looks down on top of your barrow in the big ring.
So again, lots 30 is the solid black one, 31 and 32 litter mates. Again, those are the Trick Daddy Never Befores. Next coming into the ring are lots 40, 41, and 42. 40, Cadence is the one driving that one out right there, that painted up gilt. That's another one of those 19s. Buckle up, quite frankly. Kingpin Verbatim Roxy. Again, another elite female in that group that I think can jackpot early. Her quality is good ahead of her blade. She's balanced, she's proportional, yet she has that feature and the bone and the stoutness that we're looking for, and it's not messed up. Those, quite frankly, daughters out of that Kingpin sow have been are going to be generating machines for us going forward. Really like a lot of things about 19.7. Lot number 41, that is the 31-7. That's the black-headed one, and I think I heard Ralph talking about maybe sometimes in the past those traditional black-headed ones, you know, were hard-bodied and narrow. Well, that is not this one. That's a Turnin' Tricks Crickets. In fact, her mom would have raised the reserve overall Supreme Breeding Guild at the Colorado State Fair last year that the Tannen family showed. I think this guild has even more punch and stoutness than that one did at this particular stage of the game. Again, that one's bold and square and has a lot of great flesh to her and still uses her hind leg well. And then lot number 42 is the 28-6. That's Turnin' Tricks, back on an icon, never before sow. That one has the extra stoutness and feature, guys. That is a huge back that you can lay down in, and yet she has a really good turn and set to her hock, and the way she uses it out here is very, very good. I think three very unique females out in the ring.
Oh, probably a couple weeks ago now, I went up and we actually worked together to get some pigs out to Indiana. That 19 litter is no joke in terms of bone. Anybody I talked to that was out there will tell you how big-legged that brother was. Guys, there's not a good one. These things are big-time stout. We all know it. We've all heard it. We've all been told about it. You can't feed it, so start with it, right? That's the lesson here. I think the other one I want to talk about here is this one with the big old dot on her. This game is pretty much all about doing things that don't make sense in terms of breeding freaks, right? So somehow it's easy to make one with a ton of muscle, can't move, or it's easy to make one that's super slick looking, that's skinny. But to have that kind of punch and still be that just neat blade forward is hard to do. That Turnin' Tricks spore is one that I think the country maybe didn't see early enough, but one that, man, he made some good pigs. Anytime you can inject Kyle's stuff with some next intention tricked out type pedigrees, it's worked really, really well, proven over and over again.
So again, 40, 41, and 42. The next three that are going to be entering the ring are 49, 50, and 51. Again, we get back to a little smaller set here. And understand, somebody asked me the other day, Weston said, well, you know, we need to make sure we get all our pigs gathered here. You know, it's, February 15th. And I said, you understand state fairs are in, August, or we have shows all the way to September, October. So you can have a variety of sizes here. And that's what we wanted to bring out today. And I think these three coming out next, I'm really excited about. There's a pair of litter mate 35s. That's 49 and 50. And who's on 49? They're right in the middle. Cadence is going to be on that one. That's 49. Those are Turning Trick Sidekick. Sidekick was a hero son that Hofschulte raised that we bought part of. Then it was at Top Cut Genetics. This gilt, first litter gilt, her sister would have won a bunch of jackpot shows in Texas last year. Ended up fourth in class at San Antonio in that gilt show last year. And this is her first litter gilt. So that's 35.5, lot 49. And then lot 50, which one's who's on that one there? That's out in the middle right over there. Okay, that's a litter mate sister, or a brother, excuse me. 35-3, lot number 50 again, Turning Trick Sidekick. And then lot number 51, we get that one out there, Cadence. That is a maxed out on a Believe in Me. Maxed out was the tricked out son that we sold to Crossroads Genetics last year at King's, or excuse me, in the fall of 22 actually. Used him really well. He was the tricked out on the Visionary sow. And then the sow behind this one is, again, a first litter gilt, a Believe in Me. Cadence would have actually shown her at Colorado State Fair a couple years ago, would have been second in a heavyweight class. So tying back into some of our best stuff. But I think a trio of really neat barrows out here with a big feeding window.
These things aren't pounds heavy, but they are far from green. You can read what you need to see and determine here. The back shape and the bold center cage these things have. The indicators tell me that they have a high ceiling. Black and white male pigs that are stout, burly, opened up. We can never make too many of those no matter how hard we try. You'd take this pin home any day. Absolutely love that pair of 35s for just their extra density, toughness, short back. The other one's just a tick different. Love that one's look, extension. You know, they're little, but I think that one reads like he can maybe show it an even bigger, heavier weight when it's all said and done. Heavyweight pig, absolutely, in my mind. Really powerful set of male pigs.
Okay, again, 49, 50, and 51. Next three in the ring, we'll have 57, 58, and 59. '57 is the 28-5 gilt out in the ring. She's the traditional belted one out toward the middle there, Blazy, along the fence. She had a slight belly rupture there that we had fixed by the vet, so she is fixed. She's just got a little bit of swelling there, obviously fully guarantee her. Just want everyone to be aware of that. That's one of those 28s. Again, Turning Tricks, icon, very neat gilt right there. Great balance, great proportions. I love her look ahead of her blade with that very, very big feet. Lot number 58, that's the 34-4. That's the barrow out in the ring, Turning Tricks Hero. And he's driving toward the center right there. I think Blaze has got him. In fact, we would have sold, that Hero sow goes back to the Kingpin verbatim Roxy again. We would have sold a litter mate or a barrow out of that sow last year here at Elevate that would have gone on, and it was a light cross barrow. Actually, Avery showed that one and ended up making the sale at Colorado State Fair, was second in a heavyweight class. And then lot number 59, that's the other gilt out there, 23-4. Trick Pony Gangster goes back to a really good dirty deal sow that came from Heimer. Like her balance and her look quite a bit, Weston.
Guys, this first gilt here, the 57, that thing is maybe one of my favorites that we've kicked out. That thing's just proportions, look, athleticism, rib cage is the complete package. I tell people all the time that I think when you have a gilt that is stout, burly, not messed up, you can hit any judge in America, and we all appreciate them because they just don't happen as often as you think when you have one that just ties it all together. I don't know if she has an EST, but it might be best in the end. I'm sitting here like, man, I got to study because maybe for one of the few times ever, Cooley's letting go of a gilt out of this sow line in tag 59. If you've ever seen that dirty deal sow, she's special. And Cooley has hoarded them, and I've given him a hard time for years. Well, thank you for finally bringing one out. We appreciate it.
Just for you, Weston. I heard Allied Genetics was expanding, buying more pigs, so I wanted to bring them out. We're going to change up the color just a little bit here. I couldn't let Ralph Hinton outdo me and have the only purebreds here at the Elevate sale. If we can get that belted gilt out, she's wanting to show off still. So I said, we're going to bring some Durocs. They're ready to roll. They're basically 1st of January's, and I think these 3 are very, very good. I want to talk about the sow side real quick. 6-8 double up sow. She would have been one that Avery actually showed at the National Western Stock Show a couple of years ago that was 3rd in class against the boys. Got beat by 2 very good male pigs that day, and I wasn't actually sad about that, getting to take her home and breed her, and she's done nothing but do a fantastic job for us. They're all litter mates, and they're out of the Burst Boar at Crossroads Genetics there. The one I'll draw your attention to first, Emery, is you move that barrow out there, the lot number 67. He is the lone male. I think we had 1 male in this litter, which is so awesome. But as we move that one out there, Blaze, that little guy there, that one is pretty neat. And I think these guys can be shown, early here. I don't think we stretch them all the way to Colorado State Fair. They're certainly one of those that I think is a July, August county fair or a fair type of operation there is where they're going to fit. And then obviously the 68 is 3-5. Is that the one on the end of the shoe there? Which is the most interesting driving device I've seen. And then her sister, 3-2, lot number 69, it would be the other one. But a trio of Duroc pigs for you.
I haven't been raising purebreds for that long, but because of some strong encouragement from my crew, we've jumped into this breed a little bit. One of the biggest challenges, in my opinion, is at times I think you have to make the decision, are we going to try to make barrows, or are we going to try to make big green gilts? Because I think there can be differences in frame size and stuff, and it's just hard to do it both. Somehow the Flatland crew got lucky here, in my opinion. The barrel looks like what you want your Duroc barrow to look like. Shorter backed, more moderate, one that's gonna be a Duroc barrow who you can max out and be a truck. And here the 2 gilts are, who I think are absolute killer. Show them however you want, market or bigger breeding gilts. The fact that they kind of just fall that way seems like pure luck, but I'll give you some credit. Red ones are hard to look at as babies. Find them without problems like this, with just such a sweet look, blade forward. I don't think you can go wrong here.
It is luck, and we'll take it. All right, again, the 3 Durocs are 67's the male, and then 68 is 3-5, and 69 3-2. Burst double up was the pedigree. Coming in next, lots 75, 76, and 77. 75 would be the traditional belted male that Cadence is on right there. That is a maxed out Ocho. And Ocho was a boar that we used with Heimer there, would have gone back again to the great verbatim Roxy sow. And this belted male right here has been very popular amongst the people that have come to the farm and looked at him. He has the look and proportions that you absolutely have to have in our pigs nowadays, but big feet, great skull shape. Just love the way that one balances and puts himself together. That is lot number 75, 24-6, maxed out Ocho. The lot number 76 is the Blue Barrow out in the ring. That is a litter mate to our leadoff, 25-2, wide awake, quite frankly. This was the skinnier brother, and apparently he didn't get quite as many groceries early, but he keeps coming on. That one is absolutely monster-legged with a sweet look ahead of his blade, stout skull, and the boots with the fur, plenty of hair on that dude right there in 76. And then lot number 77 is the chromed up male out there, the one with the spot on his back. That is a trick pony gangster. Again, goes back to that great dirty deal, Sal. Weston?
Cadence has this belted pig pose in here, and I could look at that silhouette all day long. One that's hairy, neat looking, big shape, big bone. Guys, that's what we try to make all the time in this industry. Study that one. I think everybody needs to find him for sure. And he's backed by the old Gary Webb sow. That one, for a long time, was as important as anything to the Flatland crew. I remember a barrow at State Fair out of that deal that I won't forget. Draw your attention again. It is popular. This blue thing's hair is unreal. No need for hair pills there. Just love that extra shag. Get that one chubbed up a little, just give him a little time on feed and hold on, because there's some pieces to that thing that are really, really exciting.
Again, 75, 76, 77. The next two in the ring are lot 83 and 84. Brought a couple younger gilts here. I wasn't planning on doing this, and they may be just a shot greener in their body shape right now, but I wanted to offer a couple unique ones today. I'll draw you. They weren't in the same pen, so of course they decided to fight a little bit here once we got here, but that's the only way we could do it. The Calico, lot number 83, 3610. I'm probably silly for offering this one, but again, Weston gives me a hard time for not offering up, elite females and hoarding them all. A wide awake on the 1-10 Kingpin. Grandma would be the visionary sow. That's a very unique animal that has a great look, big running gear, big feet. Guys, this one can go early. I think you can feed on this one. She'll be ready to go in July and August, no problem. That's a very, very neat female right there that I'll ask Cole Kelly, I believe, will still classify in the light crosses. Yeah, he's committed. Okay, good. We're done with that. Light crosses. Okay, lot number 84 is the traditional belted gilt out there, chromed up gilt 2-4. That is a maxed out, back on one of our Kingpin sows. Goes back to one of those traditional genetics that we've had, Kingpin Dirty Bill. I think a very neat gilt there as well.
Sometimes I think we just underestimate how hard it is to win a big one. And to start here with a grandma who has won a major like that is just not something you find at a lot of pig sales. So to have that sow power behind that Calico, and then a Kingpin on top of the visionary sow, there is a gob of value from a breeding standpoint there, and one that phenotypically is absolutely no slouch. Love that one's feature, just general build. This belt, though, she holds her own in here. She looks real neat. Love that one's flank. She's already ready. Big square chest with a really good square knee all the way to the ground. Just because they've got a few scratches, don't miss those two gilts, who I think are big time.
So 83 is the Calico, 84 is the belted gilt. Next coming in the ring is 92 and 93. Get back to a pair of the bigger ones here, gilts. Lot number 92. So bring that one out. That is 32-8. Trick pony on the crickets. Again, I think you remember a pair of white littermates a little bit earlier today, and that one is a littermate as well. That's a very, very neat lot number 92, 32-8. I love her build, her skeleton. Try to push her out. May just have to drive them out there, girls. But Emery kind of drives that one out. That one's elevation, look ahead of her blade, and has a big arm in her. That is lot number 92. 93 is 20-3. That's a trick pony icon. You would have remembered her brother being the belted one early on in the set today. If anything else, look, balance, and a big back shape and a big running gear. Those 20s are very high. I think we only got 3 to the sale time, but the pair we brought out here today are very good.
You look out here, and I think the one M's on there. I can't tell you how many times the Flatland crew brings ones like this, and in a minute I turn around and I'm like, man, that thing's bone keeps getting bigger and it's just grown into a monster. This one just fits that bill, but can still handle it, I think, in my opinion. The one that really revs me up here is this one Blaze is on. That kind of flat back giant pin set. I mean, you can't make them any just squarer in their hip design, which to me is super important. And then slap a neat looking front third on that thing, and you have yourself a really neat show pig. Guys, I think we might be deep in this sale, but the best part about a few of us breeders bringing our top end here is quality definitely doesn't dip here.
Again, lot 92 and 93, pair of belted gilts, chromed up gilts. One with the white legs is 92, 32.8. Black hind legs is 93. Next two in, 100 and 101. Pair of, again, little smaller barrows. I just want to say both of them do have retained testicles. Just want everyone to be aware of that. One nut has been taken out, but they do have a retained testicle up in there. Ralph couldn't be the only one that brought retained testicle pigs today. 100, that is 2-4. Who's on that one? 100, okay. Cadence is leading that one around there. Maxed out kingpin, littermate to that little belted gilt we just saw a moment ago that was in with the calico. Neat barrow right here. Square, boxy, round rib cage. That's one of the best things about those maxed out pigs is they are not going to be a flat-bodied, no growing sucker that just dwindles away. That one is going to be stout his entire life. And then 42.4, that's the one that blazes on out there. Very high on our list. That was a very good litter. That's a maxed out Ocho. Goes back to a really good Goosebumps silver lining sow. That's a neat chromed up barrow there. Good look ahead of his blade. Big legs in that guy.
The narrow belted one that Cadence is working on gets me fired up in terms of a maxed out that's still neat looking, because like you said, I absolutely love that one's cage. It's 4-rib. To me, that one's easy to feed because what do you need to change? You just kind of let that guy grow. Yeah, he's stout. You don't have to go too fast, but he's not extreme in any way that gets you in trouble. I love that guy's shag. Just a really, really good barrow there that I'm going to have to go kick out and study some more, I think. The other one, maybe just a tick later maturing pig, who I think, again, could be a big one in the end. That one has a lot of look and one that is always going to be sharp in his edges, it reads to me. Good pair.
Again, 100 and 102. 100 is 2-4, maxed out kingpin. One Cadence is driving out there, hairy sucker. And the little later maturing one, 42.4, maxed out Ocho. And then our final two, 102 and 103. Again, a pair of gilts that I think Ralph accused us last year. He's like, man, you saved some of these killers for the very end, you know, kind of hit them back there. And we finish again with a pair of gilts that I think are awfully neat. Emery, you're on 102. That is a Trick Daddy Wicked. That's a 26.7. Again, littermate to that really neat chromed up barrow we had. That's the second one we're going to sell in the sale. We're going to go ahead and just finish out with one of the littermate gilts. She was a little smaller, but I will tell you right now, you could show that one for absolutely ever. She's hairy. She has a great look ahead of her blade. Big hind leg in her. A very neat animal. And then the stocking-legged gilt 27-8, that's a Trick Daddy Crickets, and again goes back to a good kingpin sow on the bottom side. That one's awfully neat. That one has a tremendous amount of back shape, hard muscle shape in her, and a neat look.
It's usually a bad thing to get down to the last pin in a sale and not have one bought, but I'd say if you took home that 102 gilt, you'd be plumb tickled. That thing coming right at you, huge-chested, square. I mean, just as trendy as you can make them in terms of neat-looking, hard-shaped, big feet. I love that one. Throw in a never before grandma and sign me up. This thing, I'm not convinced she's not Burt classing on the circuit, but we won't go there today. But again, one that's got sweet elevation, especially, you know, there at her blade, tall-fronted, has enough length, I think, to keep her comfortable. Really neat prospect there to round out the sale.
Thank you, guys, again, on behalf of Brian and Kelly and Cadence and Avery. Thank you, guys, with the Flatland crew. We appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks for watching the preview. You guys can come back, kick them all up, and we'll have a sale tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Remember, meal, and we'll do a little walkthrough preview at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you, guys.